In order to investigate the pineal gland further, it is necessary to grasp the nature of reality that the pineal gland is proposed to access, the hidden side or dark side of reality, which Anthony Peake in his book Opening the Doors of Perception calls the pleroma, a term used in Gnostic teachings. As most researchers have deduced, it is most probable that the pleroma and our human memory field are both holographic in nature, so this is something we need to grasp. Holographic reality really makes no sense at first because energy as we know it manifests in a very different manner in the holographic realm than it does in ours. On the physical plane we are surrounded by radiated concentric electromagnetic waves, but holographic reality exists in the medium of scalar or parallel waves. These scalar waves are flat. Unlike the electromagnetic waves of our physical reality which are always curved, that is dispersive, in nature. Electromagnetic radiation, the energy of our reality, radiates in a curved wave from a point source such as a candle or a star. The further a wave moves from the source, the dimmer it becomes. This property of diminishment is not present in scalar reality in which the energy wave does not get weaker or flare out as it moves away from the source. Scalar energy intensity stays the same no matter how far away one is from the source. Scalar waves appear to be sourced from a flat plane, not a point, or the source is, technically, infinity. There is no entropy in scalar holographic reality, no heat, no light, no arrow of time, no radiation, zero. The wave energy of holographic reality is not electromagnetic and is not yet detectable. The physical plane energy is clocked by time, it is point-sourced, that is, it is local. Holographic reality is all-pervasive and eternally now, that is, non-local. To us, holographic reality is a 0 point, not 0 degrees, 0 heat, no thermodynamics. Holographic reality is information-rich, but it cannot support heat. We cannot physically experience holographic akashic reality, but consciousness can. Consciousness, having no physical attributes, and yet present in both realities, may be the bridge between these two worlds. Consciousness may bind them, the yin and the yang, matter and dark matter, pervaded space and unpervaded space, real and virtual. In a room with a scalar candle in it, the light in the room would be equally the same everywhere, and when one approached the candle it would get no brighter. But a candle, being a point source, is not a good example. If one were in a room where the whole wall was evenly lit up as the light source, that would be more like scalar situation. In addition, the energy from the wall would not increase as one moved closer to it. In scalar reality, therefore, distance is of lesser significance, for it has no bearing on energy levels. In our radiation-based non-scalar world, distance and energy in a way define each other, and define time and entropy as well. In our non-scalar material reality, scalar waves do not occur naturally, but with specific technologies we are able to create scalar waves. Laser light, for example, is scalar. The intensity of a laser light does not diminish with distance in a pure vacuum. Nikola Tesla also worked with scalar energy waves. His wave generators were designed to emit scalar waves. The U.S. Navy also uses scalar technology in their HARP program. Scalar waves are perfectly flat and they move ahead like a wall with each wave absolutely parallel to the wave before it. If these waves are to properly rebound from an edge or boundary, that boundary would have to be a perfectly flat plane as well. All wave phenomena require a medium for the wave to fluctuate in, and scalar waves are not supported by any measurable physical or electromagnetic medium. It is speculated that scalar waves interpenetrate the physical universe using what is known as the Dirac sea as a medium. The Dirac sea was first postulated by Paul Dirac, the British mathematician. In a radiation-based reality such as our physical plane, it takes time for light to travel from point to point, and it travels in a straight line. In a scalar reality, the source of the wave is not a point, but a flat plane, much like a flat-screen TV. Scalar energy waves travel as a moving wall or plane, not as an expanding circumference. In scalar reality, 2 points far from each other but in the same plane experience the scalar wave generation at the same time, since a wave emerges forward from the whole plane instantaneously. Picture two mosquitoes who are resting on a flat-screen TV. This is a large TV, 100 feet wide, and the mosquitoes are 90 feet apart. The TV is flashing blue and white alternating colors. When it flashes blue, both mosquitoes, though they are at a distance, receive the blue message at the same exact instant, for they are entangled on the same plane and can be at a distance yet experience an event simultaneously. Picture this: one is on a ledge that is perfectly straight as far as the eye can see, and it so happens that below the ledge is the ocean with approaching waves that are perfectly straight and parallel to the ledge. This begins to define a holographic situation. It also happens that the waves are approaching at a consistent rate, equally spaced, and they hit the ledge and bounce back all in parallel. This ledge is made of a soft material and the waves slowly and very evenly erode it. We have here scalar waves, or reference waves, consistently eroding a perfectly flat surface. One day, a boat is securely anchored offshore. It is firmly anchored and cannot rotate or move. As the reference waves come in, some of them hit the boat and a curved set of waves, radiate from the boat towards the ledge where they interact with the incoming parallel ocean waves. The two sets of waves, curved and flat, converge at the ledge and reinforce or deplete each other when they impact it. After a while, the ledge, while still perfectly a straight line, becomes irregularly eroded. This pattern of erosion is a holographic rendering. Later on, when the boat is removed, incoming parallel waves will rebound off the irregular ledge pattern and some will focus exactly back to where the boat was and create the two-dimensional shape of the boat. In addition, one would not need the whole length of the ledge to create the boat image, just a small section of the holographic ledge would reveal the whole boat image. A parallel phenomenon takes place in a photographic hologram that uses a two-dimensional medium, film, and two-dimensional scalar light waves, laser, to create a three-dimensional image. Two-dimensional waves on a 2D plate render a three-dimensional image, and even if one uses a small part of that plate, it will reveal the whole image, though not in as great detail. For a more thorough explanation, read the Resonating with the World chapter of The Field by Lynn McTaggart. Now we have to make a jump. We'll take this phenomenon a step further. How would a three-dimensional holographic medium support a three-dimensional image? Why even consider this question? What would a 3D holographic medium look like? Instead of finding the interwoven concentric circles that we would find etched on a 2D holographic plate, we would find interwoven 3D concentric spheres occupying a 3D medium. This concept of a 3D hologram is what many theorists are contemplating as the framework for memory retention in the human brain, and, in fact, three-dimensional holographic storage systems are already being considered for computers. It takes a vivid imagination to even visualize such a reality. But many theorists, including Dr. Pribram, are considering that our memories are stored holographically. For example, when humans lose large parts of their brains, they still retain all their memories, though with less clarity, a quality that holograms exhibit, and there are other similarities as well. See abstract. According to Dr. Carl Pribram, memory is holographically stored as continually oscillating pulsations that endlessly resonate in the matrix dendritic pathways of neurons and glial cells that support a 3D holographic matrix of the brain. The fact that the DNA of brain cells can produce scalar or coherent light may further support this theory. This biophotonic light can generate and support a scalar wave environment. Individual memories may be coalesced out of the 3D oscillating holographic brain field by consciousness using a form of selective Fourier reduction. Fourier analysis was discovered by Joseph Fourier, the French mathematician. Take the final movement of Beethoven's Ninth, where the chorus and the orchestra are in full swing. If one were to isolate the total compound sound wave at any one moment, it would reveal a very complex waveform. Through Fourier analysis, one can isolate single waves, each separate voice, every single instrument. It may be through some form of neurological Fourier reduction that the brain is able to access every memory from the holographic memory field. Holographic organization may extend further than the brain. In fact, it has been surmised that the dark universe and the memory information stored therein is also a holographic reality, hence the holographic space-time theory. And it is further conjectured that the pineal gland may be able to access this holographic space-time reality via the unique properties of endogenous DMT in concert with corpora arenata or brain sand. Just as the term junk DNA is being revised by ENCODE scientists delving further into the properties of seemingly useless DNA, so too may the term sand be revised by future scientists who may discover that these randomly suspended multicrystalline particles that have been purposefully created as a component of our brain and particularly the pineal gland may actually function as an amorphous crystalline antenna matrix. With this in mind, one might take a second look at the New Age fascination with crystals. There could a correlation here. Holographic/akashic reality is a non-entropic perpetually resonating energy field or matrix. Perhaps physical plane crystals with their crystalline matrix may in some way resonate with this otherwise undetectable field. It may also prevail that the pleroma holographic/akashic, dark energy, reality predates our linear space-time, and, in fact, may have given birth to our physical reality with the Big Bang for reasons explained in the second section. This dark energy seems void to us. It is a form of energy that is not electromagnetic or radiative, quite possibly thermally void reality, a self-perpetuating, reverberating plasma matrix where consciousness itself may provide the template. Consciousness may also inhabit life there as it does here, though it may be non-local or hive-based. Life there, however, would not involve combustion. Combustion, or thermal forms of life as we know it here are based on combustion, the conversion of hydrogen and oxygen into heat and water and then reverse combustion, or photosynthesis, which is the conversion of light, water and carbon dioxide into hydrocarbons and oxygen. If there is life in the pleroma, it is most likely not based on combustion, heat or any kind of radiant energy. The relationship of matter and energy may be completely different, but for here, in our physical reality, whatever breathes or burns owes its existence to light. In dark reality/energy/life/consciousness, there seems to be little focus or concentrations of activity. It exists in a state of all-pervasive coherence. It is a world almost impossible for us to conceive. Water, too, holds a mystery of great proportion. It is the essence of our existence in unison with light and carbon. Perhaps someday when we are able to create a three-dimensional quantum computer-generated hologram that resonates within a crystalline structure or matrix, we will gain more insight into the nature of dark energy holographic reality or perhaps communicate with it. Another possibility would be in the creation of holographic segue using specially tuned and oriented standing scalar waves in an environment devoid of thermal, material and even gravitational properties, thus allowing for the emergence of holographic space-time reality. We may someday learn how to fold space and navigate the infinite levels of holographic reality with our consciousness, who knows?